I'm here today with this beautiful Gretsch G5232T Electromatic double jet in this midnight sapphire, which is a very dark blue. This is a great guitar. It retails for $649.99 at most online retailers. I got this particular one for about, I think, $450 used from Musician's Friend, which I believe came from a guitar center somewhere. And you may have seen my video for the most affordable Gretsch, which is an amazing guitar. For $299.99, it's unbeatable. And this one is a similar tremendous value. I have, for all the guitars over the years, I have never owned a guitar with the Bigsby before. And I've never had a guitar with Filtertron pickups. And of course, this one checks both of those boxes. And it's just a great guitar. The Filtertrons sound great. It has a chambered mahogany body, laurel fingerboard, which looks a lot like rosewood. Beautiful hardware, beautiful design to this guitar, classic design. The hardware is metal. I mean, substantial switch, substantial knobs with the traditional, might be able to see it there, G design. Again, this one was used when I got it, so I can't speak to how it was right out of the box, but it was in near perfect condition, so I don't think it could have been played much at all. The fret work was tremendous. I've changed the strings on and polished the frets since I got it, but the fret ends are nice. Not perfect, but nice. Certainly for a $650 guitar, great. I have never restrung a Bigsby before. There are some tricks to that, and I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube about that, but it can be a bit complicated compared to just stringing up a hardtail bridge guitar, but I think you get used to it. And then, of course, you get these great classic Bigsby sounds out of it. And definitely, if you've never used one, different feeling than a Strat system or a Floyd Rose, but definitely that great vintage type of very subtle. And one reason I wanted this guitar is I have a project in mind that I've had for many years I've wanted to do that's more a bit leaning towards Chris Isaak type stuff, and I thought this would be perfect for it. And I just love it. The one thing I will note that, and I've seen this complaint in online forums, you get some rattle out of this bridge. I thought that just changing the strings might do it, because I think these strings are these are 10 through 46. I still get some rattle, though I've read that putting some graphite in here helps, just some pencil lead, and I might give that a try. And there's also aftermarket bridges that I see that are highly recommended, and ultimately I might give one of those a try. If I do, I'd love to do a comparison between how it plays and sounds with this bridge and the aftermarket one. But really just a fantastic guitar. I love the sound of these pickups. They're very clear, but they have some grit to them. Definitely a unique sound. Hum canceling. I just love it. And it handles everything from very clean, twangy 50 style rock to high gain. One of the first things I played on this was some Van Halen with a lot of overdrive and a phaser that sounded great. So I'll go through some of the sounds, play into some different contexts, some of that traditional twangy stuff, some harder rocking stuff, and come back for my final thoughts. those sound samples were helpful. So my thoughts on this guitar are mixed, because when I first took it out of the box and started playing it, I thought that this was a guitar worthy of being someone's #1 guitar who plays classic rock or 60s style music like Chris Isaak plays now, that type of thing. As you can hear in some of the sound samples, it can handle heavier stuff too, like Van Halen, and obviously the Gretsch is very significant in the history of AC/DC. But one thing that's hard to get around, in stock terms at least, is the bridge rattle, because it seems that the things I've tried to help it have made it worse and not better. So though I love this guitar in terms of the Bigsby version, that is definitely something I would suggest someone think about before deciding to get it. But otherwise, it is a tremendous guitar. Some of the specs I didn't mention earlier: 12-inch radius, so it feels very similar to a Les Paul in that regard. Was made in China, but it's spec'd out so nicely. I mean, this is a B50 Bigsby, by the way. And let me just see if you can hear a little bit of the bridge rattle. Not sure how well it comes through, but it's not doing that bad at the moment, but see again some of it. And but it is a B50 Bigsby, new bone Graph Tech nut, standard tuners, but they work well. And you can tell a little bit better in this lighting. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. And these blacktop Filtertrons just sound amazing. They're some of my favorite pickups I've ever heard. But I'm not giving up on this guitar because it plays great, sounds great. The only thing is the issue with the bridge. And some of these issues in terms of tuning stability and being a pain to restring are just inherent with having a Bigsby. And there are versions of this guitar that are very similar that don't have it. But I'm glad to have a guitar with the Bigsby. And the project I mainly have this in mind for, it's going to come in very handy. But what I'm going to do, I'm not sure how soon I will do this, because I've been thinking about it for a while now. Get an aftermarket bridge. I'm looking at the Tru-Arc bridge, compensated bridge, to take the place of this one, and swap it out and see if it helps with the rattling of the tuning stability some. So when I do that, again, it might be a couple months down the road, but I would like to A/B it with this one, both in terms of the rattle and just the sound of the guitar. So this one is a to be continued, but really though, putting that aside, this is an amazing guitar for $650 new or $450 used like I paid for it. I mean, I'm going to post a link to one of my favorite guitar reviewers who reviewed a very similar model up against a Gretsch that was made in America that was meant to be very vintage in spec, and I believe he liked this Chinese-made version better. I mean, you would never think this was an inexpensive guitar. It is just a tremendous value, and similar to the Streamliner Club Jet that I've reviewed previously, which I continue to love. I really highly recommend this if you're prepared to deal with the Bigsby issues, and if you're not and don't want a Bigsby, I would highly recommend one of the hardtail versions. It's got the half moon inlays. It's really nice binding for a guitar in this price range. I used it some on we're sitting here in mid-October 2021 as I record this, my upcoming album, Dance into Darkness. It's a great guitar, and I'm confident I can get the issues with the bridge sorted, and to be continued on that one. But in the meantime, if you see one of this or one of the guitars in its family, please give it a check out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So thank you for watching as always.